So Vikram, you recently had the experience of showing the film to your disciples. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, 2 weeks ago we went to a small festival in Tucson to show the film to the people who were in this, who were in the film, and it was a very small festival in a mall in Tucson. People, and some of them drove from Phoenix to see the film. And so we had a number of people who were featured in it, and also we had some members of the Avalon Gardens, or Gabriel V. Rancho's organization, also came. So it was pretty interesting. It was a variety of responses. But I did get a couple lectures from people, long lectures about my character and or lack of character. But the disciples were the disciples in the film, Kimberly was there, Rachel and Bobby, and several others, and they were very excited about it. And actually, earlier today we just had dinner with Kimberly. She was in New York and on her way to Europe. She missed the screening. I actually have a message from...
Let's hear the message.
Can you pass me...
Hi everyone, this is Kimberly from Kumaré. I just wish I could be there tonight with you all, but I'm heading out to Europe, flying out to Europe tonight, so I'm not able to make it. I just wanted to let you all know what a wonderful experience it was to work with everybody in the crew and to get to know Kumaré and also as Vikrams. At first I was just excited to be part of this meditation, yoga seminar, and just to get to know everybody and enjoy it. And then the unveiling happened, and I was a little confused. I thought this state of New York was kind of full of me, and I was kind of hurt and felt like I didn't like to. But all in all, I understand the message, and I believe in what he has to say, and everything was wonderful, and I wouldn't change this experience for anything. Again, I wish I could be there with you and let you know how much I completely adore everyone in this film and what it was meant to be, this message it was meant to give it to everybody. But unfortunately, I can't, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. My love to everyone, and
Was that the problem? Let me ask Kumaré's assistants, what was it like in your experience to be taking these people in?
It really screwed with our heads, I think. Before the film even started, I was in New York doing pre-production, cold calling yoga studios, trying to tell people about how amazing my guru from India was, and trying to book yoga studios to take us to offer these free classes. Cold calling people that you haven't met, it sucks, but it's not a big deal. You're not putting your heart into it. The hard part was definitely meeting people and genuinely becoming friends, but knowing on some level, there's something about this that isn't 100% the truth. And I think that was challenging, and we kind of all fell in love with our newfound friends, and we kind of embraced this cult life. Like, it was definitely, I don't know, I want to hear what you say, but I feel like I sort of fell into it really deeply, and I was playing in my character 24/7 when we went outside, when we went to lunch. I did my Indian accent because anyone in Phoenix or Tucson could hear me, and I didn't want to get caught. And then when I came back to New York in the middle of shooting, and I could speak on the streets with my American accent, I felt like, oh no, I'm doing something wrong. So something's changed in my brain chemistry.
Yeah, Purva and I didn't know that Vikram wasn't going to unveil either. So we were very nervous for the duration of all of this, because we did make very good friends with the wonderful people who you saw on the screen. And actually all of us, our producers, Vikram, they really made a big point to embrace people as disciples who were really cool people. We didn't go for the crazy people because that would have been too easy. And so it was very difficult, but we made a big point to only speak about what we really believed in, so that we weren't actually lying to people, even though we weren't telling everyone the whole truth. I guess I'll leave it at that.
Cool.
At the unveiling, right? Like when you were going to say your true self.
Right.
You were going to try to be who you really are. You didn't manage.
Well, you know, when I had reached this date, we had all kind of agreed, the film's ending, you know, on this Sunday that's scheduled as the unveiling. And I just had a lot of, you know, at that moment, every day we were re-scripting the movie, and in my head, I just tried to figure out how it was all supposed to happen, and it just wasn't sitting right with me for a number of reasons, like partly creative, partly emotional, and so it just didn't seem like the right time, and I think that's probably why I had so much trepidation that day, and a lot less when you know, time had passed. So yeah, it was definitely frustrating, I think, for the other people working on this project, but I think it worked out for the best.
How did you deal with the releases and the permission to use these people in the film? And were there any
Oh, producer question.
We had a rock solid release. You know, it says that we were making a documentary style film that explores spirituality in America. I was making a movie about this guru that I'm really into, Kumaré. I'm into this guru, Kumaré. I mean, we did, you know, so that's there were no hidden cameras.
I should say Vikram spoke to my NYU class a couple of weeks ago. He described the release form as the Borat release.
Oh yeah, I wasn't going to mention that, but it does bear some similarities to the Borat release. But you know, there was no hidden cameras. Obviously, they didn't. You know, everybody who appears in the film didn't know that Kumaré was actually this guy Vikram from New Jersey until a little bit later. But does that answer your question? Great.
Just a quick question. When you conceived of this whole idea of making this particular film, did you just want to test how much people believed in faith, or did you just want to share a piece of wisdom that is a guru exists inside of you and see if anyone would buy it?
When I was thinking about this, I was making this other film, and I was much younger and kind of just wanted to sort of give my opinion about the world and how people thought in America, and how we're all so deluded. And I had a lot more answers back then than I do now, I think, when you're younger. So, but when I had the idea for Kumaré, I just thought, you know, I think that everything was a little bit bigger than like I would understand. So what if I made up, you know, some teaching? Would it work? Why would it work? And I was, you know, we were learning throughout the whole, every day we were learning something new about what we were shooting. So it was definitely like, you know, something that was planned out to raise questions, but it was really about, you know, discovering things along the way. So, you know, it's not as if you know, sometimes people watch it and they're like, well, the idea of the movie changed or something. Like, we were very open to just trying to find out what was going on. It was an experiment. And when it first started, it was just an idea. I thought, well, what if I just made a website or something and, you know, wrote a book from a fictional character? But then, you know, pretty soon it seemed like this could be a film. So we did it. I still feel like an asshole, and I live in Williamsburg, so that's the weird question.
Some people would say it's the other question too.
True.
Some people. I wouldn't say that. I used to live in Williamsburg. Who's got a question? Right over here.
Before it was what it is now, when it was cool.
When I was young.
Yeah, I think it's confusing. Like, if I remember thinking, well, what if I went to Union Square and asked people if I could come home and, you know, help them out with stuff? And even if I said that to people I've known for a long time, it might not go over so well. So yeah, I think if you interact with the world in a completely different way, you see everything differently. And you know, I was doing it in the film. If I wasn't making a film, and that might just be something really crazy to do. But basically, yeah. I mean, I would like to have these experiences that I had as Kumaré on a day-to-day basis, and I think I often do. it's just not that easy, and you're just kind of merging what your fantasy world would be like and your reality would be like, and I think that's tricky for everybody. So, yeah. Sorry, I didn't hear that question. Next question.
Oh, do you need me to repeat the question for you?
Next question.
Right here. He'll be able to hear your question.
Vikram, have you found the guru within you?
Yeah, his name is Kumaré.
Thank you for making this movie.
You're the first audience in New York City to see this film. You have the power to vote for it. You have the power to go tell people on Twitter, Facebook, anything you use. We got 6 more days of documentaries. I hope you come out and see a lot more. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much to the team from Kumaré.
And everybody, just one more thing. We're a very small movie, and small movies like ours need help from people like you. So if you didn't like the movie, go home and forget about it. But if you did like it, please tell your friends about it. Tell everybody. Like us on Facebook. It's facebook.com/KumaréMovie. There's going to be a time when we're out in theaters next year, and we're going to really need your help because we're not going to have big advertising dollars to get the word out. So please spread the word. Tell everybody.
Will you tell all your friends?
Grow a beard. Do whatever. Thank you.